Hey, nice bit of excitement music to start the next stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and thank you, everyone in the audience. My name is Nick. I'm the founder and CEO of the Mini Farm Project, and we are a charity that is working to reduce food insecurity in Queensland. We're joined by some amazing people tonight. We're going to have a quick discussion about some food security issues and the projects that we're actually running and working with in the Caboolture and Loganlea area. So maybe, Rihanna, I might start with you if that's okay. If you'd like to have a quick chat about our relationship, where you're from and what we're looking at doing together in the Caboolture area moving forward.
By all means, I'm Rihanna Botha, and I'm actually a member of the Rotary Club of Caboolture. I run with the community service projects within our region, and yes, currently how I know Nick has probably come the last 2-3 years already. Nick came up to us a while ago for the first time and introduced us to his mini farm, and at that stage it was really only a grain worth, and we did, if I'm not mistaken, Nick, we did actually support you at that stage. And yes, the relationship really just grew from there, and we met up a while ago again, and yes, we're taking it from that, and we are fundraising for the mini farm project to happen in Caboolture, because I truly think it is necessary in our region and is much needed to support families. And yes, and let's get Meals on Wheels going as well in our region.
Definitely. Now, we're also going to be working on, so the idea in Caboolture is to actually work on a large farm presence, and we've got a number of sites in mind. We've also set up a stakeholder panel of a number of businesses, charities, and other organizations, which you're also a part of, Rihanna, and some of the other members of Rotary are part of as well. How is that experience with you and Rotary working with Mini Farm Project on this for food security in Caboolture?
Sorry, Nick, I didn't get that last little bit. Well, Rotary as such is just, we've got quite a few connections within the region, and we're hoping to help support the farm situation. And we also, with the funds that we're currently raising through our trailer raffle for Christmas, is yes, we're hoping to have quite a bit of money through that to support the Caboolture mini farm. I'm not sure whether we've got the farm yet, and hopefully we can secure that within the next couple of weeks or months.
Fantastic. That sounds great. And do you have a relationship with any of the other charities in the Caboolture Moreton Bay region at the moment, or is it really just Meals on Wheels?
The charities locally, we do support Caboolture Community Action Group, and I do know they are probably one of the recipients of some of your greeneries that you do hand out to them. And then we also have a relationship with Meals on Wheels. We actually started the Meals on Wheels as a Rotary Club of Caboolture many years ago in Caboolture, and it's grown from there. And I think we actually sort of lost the relationship, and I'm desperately trying to get back onto that relationship. And yes, hopefully that can secure quite a few options that we can have an offset of the farming produce that we have.
Perfect. Let's let's meet Paulette, who is working with us in Logan and the Loganlea project. Paulette, please introduce yourself to the audience, and let's have a quick chat about what we're doing in Loganlea.
Sure. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's exciting to be working with the Mini Farm Project. I'm the program leader of the City Transformation team within Logan City Council, which sits under the Innovation and City Transformation Directorate within Logan City Council. So Logan City, just to give everybody a bit of an understanding of our city, is the 6th or 7th largest council in Australia. We currently have 350,000 people within our local government area, and we also have around 50,000 people that rely on food relief within the area as well. So the purpose of our role and what we're really trying to drive is putting a spotlight and focus on innovation and entrepreneurship in the region. And this is a very innovative project. Logan also sits on a very high rural kind of landscape. So 65% of Logan is a rural area. So the mini farm project was a kind of a no-brainer, really. There's a lot of people in the region that are small farmers. We have the global food markets that happen at Woodridge every Sunday. If you haven't been to that, it's an awesome market. And a lot of cultural diversity and beautiful fresh produce that's grown kind of locally. But one of the things that we were really excited about was getting some of our young people, our youth, understanding where food comes from, understanding about food security and food resilience. And when Dr. Kimberly Rees approached us from Griffith University, she's a lecturer at Griffith University, she introduced us to you, Nick, and to the Mini Farm Project, and initially was looking for a disused park. And the problem with that is that you've got sustainability issues as far as if, people move on. And so I thought it would be great to have a partner such as a local school that's focused on agribusiness, which is the Loganlea State High School, to be a site which is right next to the Logan River, so it's accessible to water. They're on a lot of land. They already have a really great program that's running there. So connecting the young people with industry and business into the mini farm and also Griffith University was a bit of a no-brainer as well. Mm-hmm. And connecting those young people into understanding pathways into potential jobs, meaningful employment around agribusiness and growing food. So that's how we got involved in and how we got to meet each other, which was, I think it was the beginning of 2021. So we've been working together now for 12 months or more.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long year, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has. Yeah.
So we're on the way. So we've done the planning for the farm at Loganlea, and probably let's move into meeting Brenton, who's the principal of Loganlea State High.
Hi, yeah. So as Nick said, I'm Brenton, the principal at Loganlea State High School. Been principal there for the last 3 years, and we're very excited to be a part of this project. We're lucky at Loganlea. We've got 56 hectares of beautiful land, but some of it's not used, and that's where, for me, being a part of this project was a no-brainer in that we've got land there available to use, and using it in this way where we can produce food to go back to those in need is really, really exciting. So far this year, we've worked with the council, we've worked with mini farms, we've worked with Griffith University, and students have been working together on doing some research around the setup of the site here at Loganlea, and we're sort of ready to go next year. As Paulette said, we've got a really good agribusiness facility here. Lots of animals. We've run cattle and sheep and pigs and chickens. But probably part of what makes this exciting, this project, is the growing of the crops, because that isn't something that we have been focused on. So that'll be something new that we can have at school as well. So I think it's going to be advantageous in being able to produce food, but I think also as an educational experience as well, not just for our agribusiness students, but also in other areas of the school. Like our business students can learn how a business operates. Our science students will be able to come down and do some research and experiments down there on the farm as well. So I think there's going to be lots of exciting opportunities to come out of it for our students and our community as well.
Perfect. Now, on that, actually, we've got some exciting news. We've actually sold 4 beds.
Yay!
Logan.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Which is great.
fantastic.
Yeah, so part of the process, what we're doing to pre-fund each one of our farms is to actually sponsor out and donate for companies to donate a 1-year sponsorship for a bed. They receive a plaque made by Substation 33, which is a social enterprise in the Logan area. They make it out of recycled computer monitors. Has the name of the business on there, and then periodically we'll pass on information and statistics about how much we've grown on site, what charities have received food, and how we pass it along. So that's something that we'll be doing for all of our farms moving forward. So we've got 68 beds in Loganlea State High School to sell. We've got 4 down, so 64 to go, which is great. So it's the $64,000 question because they're $970 each, which is fantastic. In our Millen Farm farm site, we've got about 64 as well. So if there are any businesses watching now on the live stream or pre-watching in the future, feel free to get in contact with us and arrange a 1-year sponsorship, which allows your business basically then to become part of our organization and mini farm family and help grow food for those in need. And last night we had Anthony Dunn from, he's the state manager from Oz Harvest on board. And he actually mentioned that they now, as an organization, have gone from 175 tons of food a month to about 250 tons of food a month. So the need is actually greater in the Southeast Queensland and also the Queensland regional area than expected for them. And also they have 70 charities on a waiting list. So they can't actually supply an additional 70 charities. So the charities that they already supply, the food amount has actually increased the amount of need. So that's actually pushed the charities on the waiting list quite a lot. So having said that, it's actually quite interesting to see the need is increasing. We're seeing the same thing now with Food Bank with their 2021 food report. 1 in 6 Australians is actually experiencing food insecurity. And a number of young people, children, are actually also experiencing days without going with meals as well, which is actually quite sad in a country that in the 80s we used to sponsor children overseas, and now we do that to ourselves and we have these kids in need here. When we're looking at these sort of numbers, maybe Rihanna and Caboolture, what are you experiencing with any feedback from the charities about the need that you see here in the Moreton Bay Caboolture area?
Well, Nick, generally speaking, Caboolture area, we seriously need, there's a big need in the area. COVID has really robbed people from a lot of things, and there's a serious need. What I am finding is all our charity organizations are working full time to try and fill these needs. And I'm hoping that we can secure the ground early next year so that there's something that we can prove to council that we can do this and it will help the community survive, because there's a big need in general. And yes, throughout working with all the other organizations, everybody is striving for the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Paulette, do you see anything from a council perspective or in your role when you're moving around and seeing people, other charities?
Yeah, so we have a number of food relief charities in Logan. There's about 13 or 14 different food charities within Logan, food relief organisations. But one of the other things that I think is really important with this program is teaching people the importance of good food and nutritious food, and especially when we need to have a healthier environment. And obviously COVID has really escalated the need for healthiness, I suppose. And, it's easy to kind of drive in and grab something that's easy and quick and sometimes cheaper. But it is important to, make sure that our young people understand what good food means, and the kind of problems that it can solve. You know, there's a number. We've got a very high rate of diabetes, type 2 diabetes within Logan. So, and I know Brenton, provides food relief for some of the families, even through the school, and that's taken up very, very quickly. So, again, within minutes of you saying, hey, we've got some food relief packages, they're kind of snapped up. So the demand is outstripping the supply 100%. And when you're on 65% of rural land and you have the ability to grow food, why would you not be doing that?
Exactly. And Brenton, how many families usually do you assist with food relief?
Oh, in a number of different ways, Nick. So I think our breakfast club. So we have a breakfast club running most mornings where kids can come in and get free food, and a large number of kids rely on that every day for their breakfast. And then it's basically on demand. Whenever we are able to link with different charities to be able to provide food relief to our families, as Paulette said, it's snapped up very, very quickly. So I think there is a lot of people out there, a lot of families struggling. So this project is really, really important. And just on Paulette's point as well, I think the other thing that can come out of this project as well is that we can teach our young students, young people at Loganlea, how to grow their own food as well. And that can be a lifelong skill that they can take with them, which I think is another really good opportunity that will come out of this program as well.
Yep, be fantastic, which would be great. And that's something that we want to replicate up in the Caboolture area as well, Rihanna, with what we're doing. So it's the same model pretty much everywhere, which is great.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're coming up to our nearly our 20-minute mark. Is there any other final comments maybe you'd like to all make before we sign off on the day? Maybe Paulette, anything else?
Yeah, look, I know that there are other schools in our region that are watching this project really, really closely. So they are very keen. They have hospitality trade centres. They have, an interest in agribusiness and also teaching young people the importance of food security and food resilience, and especially when we have an environment that's changing really quickly with climate change. You've got a lot of floods and you've got a lot of fires, and even access to food even being delivered, can be an issue. So having a more local and sustainable kind of approach to growing food is really important. So it'd be great. We're really excited to have other schools that are watching this and jumping on board as well. So I'm really excited for this being a pilot project and show, Loganlea just shining in this, and it is a beautiful space. If you we'll be having events throughout the year, and I encourage anybody to come along to those events and just see how beautiful the Loganlea State High School space is.
It's definitely amazing environment for a farm, and just having an agri business hub at the end of the school is actually quite good. I think it's going there is actually quite relaxing as well. Not a traditional school. It's just quite wonderful to see all the cattle and the goats and chickens and things as well. It's amazing. It'd be great for the students as well. Brenton, any final words in relation to what we're doing for today?
Yeah, no, I just think anyone listening out there, this is a really, really exciting pilot project. And as Paulette has said, there is lots of schools interested. I've had principals reaching out to me already, and it's my advice to them is, look, we'll get it up and running at Loganlea, and then we'll see, whether that is something that could be absolutely rolled out to other schools as well. But anyone listening out there, if there's a way that you can help contribute to getting this up and going, that would be fantastic, because as you said, Nick, it does cost a lot of money to get it up and running, but once it is up and running, I think it's going to be hugely beneficial to our community. So if you are listening out there and you can help out and contribute, please reach out to Nick.
And a segue is people can actually order one of our amazing gift vouchers, which we've already sold a few of, which is great. So it's the value of 54 meals on the behalf of somebody that you love. You can actually buy it for someone that you care about and say that you've given money to charity on their behalf. Or you can also, your company can also buy or sponsor a bed for a year as well at one of our farms, which would be really exciting. It's the gift that keeps giving. because you're then helping us grow food for those in need. And also your organization then gets all the details about what we've grown, who's benefited, and you're feeding people in your community, which is actually really exciting. Rihanna, any last words?
Well, just listening to Loganlea and all those exciting stuff happening there, really we need to get Caboolture up and running as well. And I'm really looking forward to getting the schools involved. And perhaps that is something, Nick, that we can focus on. A lot of the schools around in Caboolture could probably do something on their own school grounds. So perhaps we can have a look at that early in the new year and pursue that little option.
I think so too. And we've been speaking with Caboolture State High School. They're very interested. Also, USC Caboolture are interested as well. They have a wonderful greenhouse there too. Not as big as the one in Loganlea, but they have quite a big size. So there'll be there's some good options in the area. We're also looking at doing an exciting event at the end of January. Online, so we'd like to involve some of the students from Loganlea. Maybe we could look at some students in the Caboolture area as well. I know most people are on holidays at the moment, but I'm sure we can find a few when school starts again and go from that way. So it's a great idea. It obviously needs some funding to start off with, and then when we're operational, we actually sell produce to sustain the farm. So it's a really good, wholesome working model. We went on the Nikki. The Business 101 FM show the other day, Paulette, and discussed that. So they're very keen and eager to support us. And the business show is actually one of the supporters of sponsoring a bed. So Nikki, and he bought one also for the flower company that he runs with. So we're going to do some tiles.
It's exciting.
Which is really exciting. So it's great to have business support. In that $9.70 is not an offensive number, and even $27 in most cases for an easy meaningful gift isn't that hard for most people either. So they're the kind of strategies that we're looking at the moment to pre-fund these sites. And once they're operational, we've already got people who want to buy our produce. So we're going to be making money, and we're going to be giving food through Oz Harvest, who will be our organization that we support, to give to all the charities in the Loganlea area. And then also they'll be part of the party up in the Caboolture area as well, with Meals on Wheels, Caboolture Community Action, and Moreton Bay Community Matters too, which is great. So thank you everyone for coming today. I appreciate it. Having a chat about some of our projects that we're working on that we're looking forward to next year. I think 2022 is going to be exciting for us. So I'm looking forward to working with you all. And again, everybody in the audience, thank you very much for your time watching us. I hope you found this project interesting and what we're doing. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us through our social media. And if you have any questions for any of the speakers today, reach out through us and we can get you in touch with them as well. So I'd like to thank you. We're going to sign off now, and we'll have a chat after the stream as well. Thank you again.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.